And Erin, if you could go back to day one of Stella Services, what advice would you give yourselves?
Mm.
That's a tough question because I think it's, you could really go into a deep hole on that one of like, man, I'd really sit myself down and here's a list of things that I could say. But I think it really, the overarching message I would want to give myself is that like you're not gonna get it perfect and you're
Mm-hmm.
never going to.
Yeah.
And nobody on your team is gonna get it perfect and they're never going to. And I think that would just be really helpful to just have that mindset of like, hey, I can plan for this. I can decide that I'm going to do my best personal job possible. I can level myself up as much as I possibly can. And it's still going to be hard and it's not going to go according to plan. So I think for me, it would just be really, knowing that like, hey, you can do as much as as much as you think that you can, and then add on 10% more. And sometimes you can't just hard work yourself out of tough situations and it's just still going to be hard. But I love that question to just reflect for a minute on what that would look like. Cause when I came into the business, we got married and then I was full time in our business. And it was a very fun time and it was a very difficult time too, because we were figuring out, where am I in the business? Grant and I are 50-50. So, how do you come in from day one? And it's like, hey team, you have now 2 owners, 2 leaders, 2 visionaries, 2, and they're trying to learn me and I'm trying to learn them. And it's a decision that won't ever get reversed. It's like we're married and this is what is going to be happening. So really trying to come into that with the most amount of humility possible. Was my angle. And it's fun to think about that time. So I think just you can plan for it to go really well and then just know that it's still going to be hard some days.